Good morning, guys, or evening, or whenever you're watching this. As promised, here is taking off the roof, hardtop, one-man operation. I'm going to go right through it, give you some measurements, and tell you how I made it. And yeah, let's get into it. So my lovely assistant is recording for me. You're going to take your Jeep tool, the bigger torque bit, which is going to be provided in your trunk. There's a total of 8 bolts. I've already taken the liberty of taking them off. So it's 3 on one side, 1, 2, 3. 3 on the other side. You're going to take your freedom panels off, and then there's 2 up on each driver's door, 1 on each driver's door. So you can put them back in there. Which is nice about Jeep is they tell you where your roof bolts go, your windshield bolts go, your doors, and yeah. And oh, I just noticed that. So that's where the jack is. Apparently you left this up, and that's where the jack is. Still finding things out about this, guys. All right, so this is the 3rd time I'm going to attempt to take this off. What I did, and I'm going to grab my tape measure. You're going to need 4 bungee cords, 24 inches. And I recommend you get a big box of 3-inch deck screws. I thought 2 would do it, and then I ended up buying another box of 3-inch deck screws. So yeah, just go for the big box. You're gonna need a dozen 2x4 by 8s. 1 2 by 8 by 8. So you're gonna cut the 2 by 8 by 8 in half. Okay. And then you're also going to need to purchase, and I found these, you'll find this in the Home Depot or your local hardware store. This is just a 2x2, and I believe I got 2 of them and cut them in half. These are about 18 inches long. So when you build this up right here on the 2x8, just cut some 2x4s, leave about an 1/8 inch gap in between it, so it goes freely once you put the bungee cord on. If you make it too tight, wood swells, it's not gonna shoot in. And what I mean by that is what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a bungee cord, you're gonna put a screw here, and then you're gonna come around here and put another screw over here. My lovely assistant can show that. But that's after we roll it onto the hardtop. So as soon as we lift up the hardtop, it's going to shoot in. Very important. Make sure you put a screw right there. Otherwise, this is going to be like a arrow, and it's going to go right through your Jeep. Okay. So this measurement here is going to be different for other people. I have 35s, the Extreme Recon package. Some people have 30-inch, 33-inch tires. So this is going to be subject. But this measurement for any JL Wrangler is going to stay the same. 4 feet. Okay? So that makes it really nice, is you're going to be doing, you're not going to be using a lot of 2x4s and throwing a lot of scrap away. You're cutting that in half, you're cutting that in half. These are 4 feet again. So you got your 4, 4, 4, 4, and then again, this is 4. So once again, a dozen 2x4s, 1 2x8, and then when I say a dozen, you're gonna have some cribbing to lock the hardtop down so it doesn't blow away in the high wind when you're out for a nice ride. I chose casters because I don't really truly trust my backup skills, so I can kind of roll it in. I saw another gentleman, he made it without casters, and his driving skills was strong. He backed right into it. I personally wanted the casters. One, I'd rather roll it in, and then I'd rather get it out of the way and then tie it off to somewhere where it's not going to blow around. You also don't have to make it pressure treated. I don't have the luxury of a garage. This is going to be exposed to the elements, so I chose a little bit more expensive pressure treated lumber. All right, so let's get into it. Always, you're going to remember, flashes up. That way when you back it off, you're not going to hit your spare. We're going to take it. And I made this, oh, and I didn't show you this measurement, my apologies. Probably pretty important. And this might dictate, might be a little bit of a change because again, I have 35-inch Extreme Recon, so my fender flares are out a little bit further. So I take into account for that. Honestly, I wish I made it maybe an inch or two wider because it's a really tight fit. So right here is probably the best measurement from end to end. I have 83 inches. So that's just under 7 feet. If I was to do it again, I'd probably go a full 7 feet, probably an inch wider. All right, we're gonna roll this in. Oh, and this gets heavy fast. I built this out in my backyard, and I went to go move it, and I'm glad I put casters on, because if this was not on wheels, it's gonna make it really tough to move it around. Protect the paint. These in. See that? It's really close to the tires, so I'd go with full 7 feet if you have a 35-inch package. Now we've cleared most of it. All right, another measurement. That I did not give you is I made these on center. The center of the peg, 12 inches in. 12 inches in on this one on center, and then this one is 10 inches in. Again, that 4 feet, so the left hand side about 10 inches, 12 inches there, because there are pins underneath the hardtop that lock it into place. So we're going to put our bungees on, and then also do like a microfiber towel or some like a pipe insulation, something to protect your paint. I just chose some insulation and some tape to hold the insulation in place so I don't scratch the paint. All right, let's try that again. I actually trimmed these down, so when I went to go put my 2-foot bungees on it, there wasn't enough strength to actually shoot it in once it lifted up the hardtop. So action take 2. I'm gonna wrap that around like that, hit the screw. That should be enough tension there. Wrap it around. And we'll go do the other side. Now the video that I watched when I got the idea to make this, the gentleman actually did bungees, so when you go to put it back on, they can shoot back out. Personally, I don't think you need to do that. You can just lift it up and actually slide them right out of the way. So I don't think it's necessary. Ooh, this one's gonna be a good one. Here's some nice tension. Ooh, that's tight. I'm thinking all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably 5 minutes to take your 8 bolts out. Probably another 5 minutes to do this. Probably roughly 10 minutes in time. So now, what we're gonna do Open up the tailgate. Whoop. Not falling in. The other side. Woo! A little bit of a workout. All right, so now just come around, make sure they're good. Looking good. Shut the tailgate. Glasses open. And then just methodically, because you're a one-man show, oh! Very important. Guess what I forgot to do? Swinging around here, you have to, I forgot, disconnect your lights. Pop that off. There's your windshield wiper fluid. It's a little holder right down in here. And red tab. That's your lock and unlock. And then that. See your lights. It's placed right in here. Probably really tough to see, but you see it tucked in the corner. Right in there. Plug it back in. Now we're ready. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking more and more I really should have went the full 7 feet. It's pretty tight because the ties stick out a little bit. If you had 33-inch ties, no problem. Roll it away. Yeah. Gonna put some screws so this doesn't move around for me. You could probably tie this off to whatever, a post or a tree. I just happen to luck out that I have this right here. And then, if you wonder what these 2x4s were laying around for added strength. Gonna lift this up. I'm going to take my other one. Slide it in here. So, grab some extra scrap wood. And so, when you're out for the day, it's not going to move around. This will just center right down. Put one right here. And two more. We're gonna put two more. And you don't have to worry about this. Is fiberglass. The wood's fine. It's not gonna harm anything. And then the last one. All right, so you have two full 2x4s. You have these, extra safety, it's strapped down. Other than a Category 5 hurricane, this thing's not going anywhere. And lovely assistant, if you want to give a quick visual. And that is it with the hardtop. Okay, any questions, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Little tight fit, definitely do the 7 feet. But yeah, and just make sure you have good tension on your bungee cords. I had cut these down because I didn't like the way I did my installation, touching the paint, so I actually trimmed them down and forgot to adjust my screws. So yeah, this is real life. And I forgot to unplug. Make sure you don't forget to do that before you start backing off. Unplug your lights, pop that, and yeah, enjoy. On the next video, I just got my fridge slider in, so I'm gonna do a detailed video on that. I'm actually going to Home Depot right now, get some plywood, and I'll show you a template on how I'm gonna mount that and rig it down. And enjoy the day, guys. Thanks for watching.